G'day viewers and welcome back to another awesome episode of Blokes World. And guess what? I told you I'd be back and I jumped on a plane and I headed straight back to Japan and I'm here in AUSSIE, which just happens to be the sister town to Rockhampton in Queensland, where we're going to be in this episode as we go up and enjoy the Rocky Nats. And guess what? Japanese people live longer than anybody else. So it made sense that I bring Camera 83 with me and we're both going to check out Japan together. Welcome to the show, Dad.
Well, thank you very much. I'm going to live another 3 days because I had a plate of miso for breakfast.
The old man's addicted to miso soup. Who would have known? But let's kick this episode off right now when we headed to the Kamikaze Museum. Well, they're never a happy experience, obviously.
No.
Very somber experience.
Very sad, very sad. It's when you go to Pearl Harbor, you get the American side, you can see the end of the story, but the story started right here in Chiran. And is Chiran the story?
Chiran?
Chiran. Yep. And this is where this little aircraft we have over here, the 502, is what they trained in before they went to the Zero on the other side of the trees. And that's the aircraft that, of course, that was used. But the pilots had very, very limited training if they were selected for, and it became quite an honour for these pilots to kamikaze.
Oh, well, I remember you telling me on the plane that this area of Kagoshima and that whole entire bay was used as a practice run for Pearl Harbor.
Yeah, Kagoshima was very, very similar to the entrance. I think Eva was the point. I went out to Eva when we went to Pearl Harbor. But Eva was right on the was it western side? No, eastern side, southeast of Hawaii, of what's the name of the main Oahu.
Yep.
And it showed you that that's where they came in over Eva, and they went along the river or the water into Pearl Harbor. And where we've been staying, Kagoshima, is practically the same layout. And so the Japanese pilots just trained Kagoshima. They were ready for Pearl Harbor when they got there. So This is where the story started, and this is the aircraft that they trained in, 2-seater, and as we were saying earlier, and across they ended up in the Zeros, and we've been through the museum and we've seen the thousands.
Oh, it is so sad in there. I mean, you're allowed to film the wreck that they dug up from the bottom of the ocean, but everything else in there, obviously no cameras, no filming, because we're the only Westerners here. We're in the middle of nowhere. We've driven through green tea farms, and the only people who come here are people who've lost members of their family in the war, so you have to be obviously respectful of that.
Yeah.
But to see the fact that this town would be where all the wives and the families would come and spend the weekend with their husbands, their fathers, before they'd go off and do their final missions.
Yeah.
And I remember we were watching before we came here, they were saying that in America, your average pilot went through 2 years of training,
Right.
and a whole bunch of dogfight experience.
Right.
And towards the end of the World War II, the Japanese kamikaze pilots were getting 2 months of training with 0 fighting lessons. It was all about a one-way mission.
They learned to take off. They were taught how to climb, the basics of flight.
Yep.
The flight was designated just that one trip, and they never came back. They did this for the emperor and for the country, and they believed in what they were doing, and nobody, that was the way the war was. It was sad on both sides. This is the Heiwa Kannon Temple, straight through here, dedicated to those who fell.
And we just had a bit of a walk through the barracks, the triangular houses that were half buried, so all you could see was a small triangle.
Yeah, that's just hard wooden floors that were raised off the ground with just a very thin mattress and a pillow and a blanket, and that's where they slept the night before they got into the aircraft, took off down to Kagoshima. It's very sad, the atmosphere inside. You have to be so respectful. As you said earlier, that there were no photos inside, just in the foyer area only. And well, we have a pilot up here on the monument here, and And so again, a rather somber day. Well, we're way down the south of Japan.
Yeah.
We can't get much further south.
And I thought, seeing we're at the
No
most
tourists.
southern tip, we're nowhere near Hokkaido. I thought, you know what? We will have a snow-free trip.
Yeah.
And we have just had snow everywhere. I mean, I was here in December for the Moon Eyes Hot Rod Show, and it was 20 degrees. Fell in love with the place. I'd be speaking to Dad every day on FaceTime. I went, Dad, I'm taking you to Japan. You're going to love it. Not even checking the weather maps that we're coming now, and it's like February, and it's in the middle of winter, and it is freezing. It was minus 11 yesterday. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the episode. We're about 20 minutes just off the plane. I still got no news about my luggage. I checked my air tag. It's still sitting on Brisbane. So I need to go buy some clothes because it's -5. We've dropped into the 7-Eleven and I brought Dad in to check out. Got my favourite 2 sandwiches, chicken, bacon, teriyaki. Got a croquette there. Pineapple, got some pineapple. And what's this thing here? I saw they heated this up for you?
Rice gratin and shrimp and cheese.
Shrimp, cheese and gratin, eh?
That's a $5 dish.
Wow, you've really gone up market.
Like it's a shrimp and rice frittata.
Wow. What's your vote on my favourite sandwich?
Absolutely bloody beautiful.
Egg, bacon, teriyaki sauce.
It's like just the bread's so soft, it's light.
No way. Ooh.
The cheese,
Tastes nice?
beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, get stuck into that. That's oh jeez. At $5.
Welcome to 7-Eleven life.
Cheese and rice and prawns. What a combo.
Man, I don't think I've ever been this cold without a snowboard.
Your temperature's falling out.
It's freezing. We'll see you for more BLOKESWORLD after these messages. G'day viewers and welcome back to BLOKESWORLD. If you've just joined us, I'm in Japan and I brought Camera 83 with me, who's currently 88 years old, and we've come to Japan to find out why do Japanese blokes live longer than Aussie blokes. Anyway, we've left the town of Kagoshima, we put our car on a ferry and we made our way across to Sakurajima, the massive volcano, and we're on our way to Kanoya. Righto, we've just checked into our $67 hotel. There it is right there. We're in Kanoya. I've never even heard of this place, but Dad picked it out. Well done, Dad.
Yeah, it's a bloody miracle, wasn't it? But yeah, they're pleasant, they're great, and the room's good. It's not, not enormous, but it's got everything you need in it.
Yeah, awesome. How are you liking it, eh?
Nice, look at this.
This is what $60 a night gets you. Get some free slippers.
Look at this.
Oh,
Not the view.
not the view.
What's this thing?
That's a heater.
And this is a fridge.
That's your fridge.
Yep.
Ah, $67. Just popped downstairs now, $67 a night hotel. How good's the food, Dad?
This is great. Now, you've just given me some of yours, a chicken num bum.
Chicken number.
I just had my favourite miso.
Oh, you're addicted now,
I'm
aren't you?
addicted to miso.
Yeah, you've never had it before in your life, and now you're drinking a over litre.
It is absolutely brilliant. It's like it's something that's really, it could either be a cleanser at the end of the meal or you have it before the meal.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure of the cultural differences in having the miso.
And you've got your pickled garlic and your pickled ginger there.
Oh yeah, I'm not too sure how to handle that.
Oh, no, it's good. It helps you
good.
break down all the rice you're about to eat.
I mean, how to, do you nibble on the
Yeah,
ginger?
I just ate my garlic. It's not brutal, is it?
No.
Yeah, and I got the chicken num bun, which is a Portuguese dish that the Japanese just have improved the hell out of. It's basically chicken that's been soaked in vinegar with capsicum. And they deep fry it. It's got like a Japanese tartare sauce.
Is this lettuce or cabbage?
Cabbage.
It looks like a halfway between being lettuce and cabbage.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that strong cabbage taste.
No, that is there to help you get rid of that. Righto, viewers, that's all we can fit into this episode of Blokes World. Really hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you watch it next week. We'll still have more action from here in Japan, plus we'll have more from Rockhampton, from the Rocky Nats. What do you reckon of Japan, your first episode?
Fan-bloody-tastic. Yeah, I recommend anybody who wants a real experience of great food, great people, you come to Japan.
Awesome. I appreciate you keeping that PG for us. See you next week.
All the best.
Cool?
What's the PG?
PG, you didn't swear.
Didn't I? I said bloody.
Yeah, but you didn't say you can say bloody and PG, but you can't say G'day viewers and welcome back to another awesome episode of Blokes World. And on this series I've made my way back to Japan to find out why do Japanese blokes live longer than Aussie blokes. And I've brought with me Camera 83, who turns 89 this year, and I want him to live forever. So if I can get any secrets from the Japanese, I'm taking him home. And I tell you what, he's come home from this trip easily 20 years younger. And if you missed last week's episode, we went to the town of Kagoshima, where we went and visited the Kamikaze Museum. And on this week's episode, we're on the other side of the bay in Kanoya, where we've come to check out the Air Force Museum. As well as that, we'll be making our way up the coast. Plus, we've got heaps more action from the Rocky Nats in Rockhampton. Anyway, let's kick off this episode in Kanoya. G'day viewers and welcome back to the awesome episode of Blokes World. And once again I find myself in the fantastic country of Japan and I've come to a town called Kanoya. And I'm here with Camera 83. Welcome to the show, Dad.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, awesome. Being an ex-Air Force man yourself, I thought I'd bring you here for a special treat. Let's start the tour, eh, and check out some of these planes.
Okay.
First up, Dad, what are we looking at here?
That looks like a little dove that we used to have fly us from Edinburgh Air Force Base in South Australia up to Maralinga Atomic Weapons Range. And yeah, that was a sweet little aircraft, by the way, two-seat up front. Sometimes the pilot used to allow you to sit up front with him.
Yeah, awesome.
Okay.
And what are we looking at here?
That is well, they're all slightly different. I would say they've been plagiarised, but I would say that is supposed to be, well, in our line of work was the Dakota. The DAC, the DC-3, similarities are there anyhow. And we used to use them for flying classrooms, for parachute jumping by SAS troops, that sort of thing. Okay?
Yeah, nice. And over here?
Now that is it's very similar to what we call the Canberra bomber. Except, you know, it's a smooth finish from the fuselage coming down to the nose. We didn't have that bulb there, the pilot area, and the belly, and there's a lot of, I would say there's some similarities, but the more I look at it, nah. And it's a prop-driven aircraft, whereas the Canberra's not. It's a jet.
So we've got this bit here at the front.
Bombardier.
Oh, so that's the Bombardier, right?
Yeah, that's usually, remember the old. The Lincolns and Lancasters and those sorts of things with the bubble noses. During the Second World War, what happened was the bombardiers will be up here, and they had control of the aircraft. The pilot would give them clearance to, say drop whatever, but they would do all of the tasking of dropping bombs and things, not the pilot.
Right, so this is kind of like the dam busters sort of.
Yes.
Yeah, nice.
But not this aircraft.
But kind of like the Japanese version.
Yeah.
So we're currently on day, three?
Three.
In Japan. What are you thinking of Japan so far?
Oh, God, it's sort of place you can say, I could live here.
Yeah.
It is so peaceful. The people are fantastic.
Viewers, it looks like my plan is working. It's only day 3, and I reckon I've taken 10 years off Camera 83's life. He's having an absolute ball. And I should mention, we do call him Camera 83. It's just because we've been too lazy to update his name. He's actually Camera 88 and turns 89 this year. And Dad is having an absolute ball. Anyway, we went inside to the museum, checked out some of the artifacts. Dad got to play with some stuff that he used to use in the Air Force. And after that, we had to motor as we made our way up the coastline to Mizuyaki. But first, we had to head back to our hotel, grab our gear, check out, and beat peak hour traffic in downtown Kanoya. Tell you what, viewers, if you're coming to Japan, you've got to hire yourself a car. The roads here are absolutely fantastic, and it's a great way to see the real Japan, not the bus tourist Japan. This is where you get to see the cool stuff, like
For example, we pulled over just to get some shots of the beach, and then my dad was just absolutely floored by this gentleman who pulled up in front of us to clean his Lexus with a feather duster. Anyway, after watching this gentleman clean his car for about 10 minutes, we made our way to Sun Messy.
Righto, viewers, right now we've got a commercial break, but before we go, I brought Dad to a special spot. It's called Sun Messy here on the coastline, and check it out. The Easter Island Heads. How cool is that?
It is cool, man.
Yeah,
It really is.
It's awesome. We'll see you for more Blokes World after these messages. Viewers, we've just rocked into the town of Takanabe, and I promised Dad a hard bed and crabs, and I tell you what, at least we've got a hard bed. This place is absolutely blinging. It was online for $77, but like I say, in Japan being the most honest country in the world, you'll get a better price if you rock up. And we got this room for $49 with free parking and a free breakfast. Hey, how good is it? It's good, eh?
Oh, good, yeah.
Look at that. You've even got a free...
Got a nice, pretty dress.
You got your... You look like one of the grandparents from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, could be a nurse.
Hey, is today going to be the day you press the button?
No way.
You can't... Look, you didn't like miso soup, and now you're doing 2 bowls a day.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you hit the squirter,
That ain't no,
you may never get off that seat.
That's not miso soup in there.
Anyway, enough of the crap jokes. Viewers, we have just been driving through some of the most amazing hills, fully packed with snow, and we're on no chains, we're on no snow tyres. We've just rocked into our favourite restaurant, the 7-Eleven. You love it, the 7-Eleven, don't you? What are you eating there, Dad?
Teriyaki chicken and egg salad.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
they are the best sandwiches.
Yep.
All right, well, we have lunch. You just love it here, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to commercial break. We'll see you soon. Viewers, Hotel AZ, what can I say? $49 a night, free parking and breakfast. You really get what you pay for, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, look, it had a heater, it had a bed, that's all we need.
Yeah, we didn't even turn the heater on. Just closed the bloody window, and that was it. It was too damn cold. It was too hot for the heater, and it was all Japanese. Couldn't understand what temperature to set it at. So, yeah, just turn the bloody thing off and hope for the best.
Yeah, and I'm still wearing my in-flight clothes. Hey?
Hell. Oh, gee.
Jetstar still haven't returned my luggage. Actually, I don't mind traveling one bag, but I hate that airline with passion at the moment. Anyway, it's time to hit the road. We were going to go inland to Takachio Gorge, but it's -5 there today. So we're going to head up the coast, follow the sun. I found some really cool little villages for us to go check out.
Good.
And tomorrow at the gorge, it should be 11 degrees, so...
Okay, that'll be the day.
Yeah, that'll be the day.
Yep.
So let's hit the road in our mighty beast, the Nissan Daisy. And I don't mean that as in the flower. I mean that as in the zombie movie. Daisy. Let's now head back to Rockhampton. Viewers, we had to pull over. We just drove to the town of Nobeoka, and we are on our way to Uzuki. We are in the east coast of Japan on the island of KYUSHU, up in the top corner, and it's a glorious day. It's about 4 degrees today, which is pretty warm for this time of the year. And we have not seen another car for half an hour. Look at our car, it's like a roller skate. Is it?
What's going up the path? Bloody little monkeys.
Oh, there is too. So they're the monkeys that you see that are always sitting in the... Oh, there's a stack of them up there. I bet you that guy at the top's eyeing us off too. Right now, we're going to commercial break. Before we go, let's hear from a good-looking bloke telling you about a great company called EDI. We'll be back with more Blokes World after these messages. Here we are, we're at our #1 restaurant, the 7-Eleven, and they have these things called hot fridges. where you get these coffee in a can and they are steaming hot. But Camera 83 has fallen in love with the ice creams. Look at that, you having one for breakfast.
Waffle, chocolate, beautiful frozen chocolate in the middle, chocolate on both sides. They've got waffle in between.
And dark chocolate in the middle, eh?
It is crunchy when you bite into it.
Oh,
Yeah. I've never tasted anything like this. It's beautiful.
awesome. Excellent. You're pretty excited about this, aren't you?
Oh yeah, I am, and it doesn't look like a distillery to me.
Yeah, I told Dad we were coming to a distillery, a whiskey distillery. But instead, I brought him to Hello Kitty Land. Let's go check this out. Well, there you have it. Dad and I got to meet Hello Kitty. I know that meant a lot to you.
Oh, it did. It did. I was excited. It was exciting.
Hey, make sure you watch next weekend's episode of Blokes World.
Yes, Kitty.
We'll get the show back on track.
There's use in the back.
See you next week for more Blokes World.
G'day viewers and welcome back to another awesome episode of Blokes World. If you just joined us for this series, I've made my way back to Japan to find out why do Japanese blokes live longer than Aussie blokes. And on this series I brought Camera 83 with me, who turns 89 this year, to pick up some secrets from the Japanese. And I tell you what, we've been having an absolute ball. On this episode we find ourselves in the top right hand corner of Kyushu. We're in the town of Hiji. And Camera 83 still ain't happy with me from last week's episode when I told him I was taking him to the Suntory Whiskey Distillery, and instead I took him to Hello Kitty Land. Anyway, on this episode we drive all the way across Kyushu and make our way to Hamasaki. As well as that, we'll be crossing back to Rockhampton for more action from the Rocky Nats. Enjoy the episode. Now let's hit the road. And welcome to day 4 of our road trip around Kyushu. I'll tell you what, it'll be another 10 days before I realise that I've got my Google Maps set to avoid all tollways and highways. Hence, every road that we went on was basically an extra 3-hour trip, considering if we went the highway. But that doesn't matter, because after an awesome drive through the country, we finally arrived at the Reclining Buddha.
Oh, here we are. We just arrived at the, please forgive my pronunciation, the Nanzoin
Something like that.
Temple, one of the world's biggest statues. Very famous temple here. We're not a big fan of going to temples because I believe that's for the Japanese, you know, we're not part of their religion, but this is a must-see, so we've decided to pull over and check this out. Let's do it. Here you go, Dad. Pay us a tune of good luck, will you?
Okay. What do you like to hear?
No, the piano, it starts there.
There?
You have to do it like
All of them.
All the
all
way.
of them. Like it's supposed to be one way is one.
Alrighty, here we go.
I check out Camera 83. He's actually playing the song in reverse, and the locals are so polite they're not even telling him.
Quick, hurry up. They're all waiting for the stick.
I know you've got to go back again, Adrian.
No, now you hand the stick to them. Thank you.
There,
Now rub his belly.
there we go.
All right, we're on our way up to see the world's biggest reclining Buddha. How good's this, eh? How's this tunnel?
Good. Yeah, each one of those.
Now, there's all these certain rules here. You can't have t-shirts, singlets, skin exposed, no tattoos showing. And there are certain segments up here where you can't do video, so obviously we'll respect that. But like any temple, they never make them on ground floor, so I think we've got a bit of a climb in front of us. Okay, Dad, what you do here is you get your money, you put it in there,
Yeah.
you ring the bell for Buddha, cross your hands and make a wish and a quick prayer.
Cross your hat. I'll take
Okay.
your hat off.
Yeah.
And?
Put your money in there.
Yeah.
shake the bell. Now praying hands and just have a little prayer and make a wish. Oh, this is so good. And for good luck, we've spent some money up here and we've got our green tea and vanilla. Just having a couple of cones with Dad. Cheers.
Cheers.
You really need the people in front of it to give it scale, don't you?
No. There. Okay.
Yep.
There. And there. Okay, run out.
Look at them all. Viewers, we have just been driving through some of the most amazing hills, fully packed with snow, and we're on no chains, we're on no snow tyres. We've just rocked into our favourite restaurant, the 7-Eleven. You love it, the 7-Eleven, don't you? What are you eating there, Dad?
Teriyaki chicken and egg salad.
Oh,
Ah.
they are the best sandwiches.
Yep.
All right, well, we have lunch. You just love it here, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to commercial break. We'll see you soon. G'day, viewers, and welcome to Hamasaki. We're in Japan, myself and Camera 83. We've come all this way to find out why the Japanese lived longer than anyone else, and that's why I brought my dad, because I want him to live forever. And check out where we are. We're in the prefecture of Saga. We have driven across the entire country of Japan. Been in the car for about 8 hours, but we have finally arrived, and check it out. We are the only ones here. It is absolutely awesome. And check out our hotel. Got the rooms for $49 and $59 a night. Well, Dad, it looks like our luck has finally run out. They say that there's 17 days of rain in February.
Yeah.
And we've been running away from the clouds.
We've been lucky, haven't we?
We've been lucky. It looks like they've caught up to us. So you ready to hit the road?
Yeah, let's go, mate.
All right.
We had a lovely coffee. That was great. 7-Eleven.
Where else would we eat or drink? All right, so I thought we'd go and check out, and we're heading on our way down to Nagasaki.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful place. All right, let's do it. Well, we made our way to Nagasaki, and the great thing about Japan is that you can outrun the weather, and that's exactly what we did, because when we got to Nagasaki, it was absolutely beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, Nagasaki is such an awesome city. It's kind of like San Francisco. Everyone lives on the side of a hill. Anyway, we decided to take Dad up to the lookout at Mount Inasa. And well, guess what? We finally made it back to probably my second favourite city here in Kyushu after Kagoshima, Nagasaki. An absolutely beautiful joint. And we're up here at Mount Inasana. Had to bring Dad up here. This is the lookout that looks over all of Nagasaki. And I'm going to flip the camera around. Come and look at this. What do you reckon, Dad? Nagasaki.
Beautiful.
It's like they've built a city with every possible way they could with the topography of the land, huh? And there's Peace Stadium down there, where I went and watched the soccer in the last series. Anyway, stick around. You're watching Blokes World. We're going to be in Japan. Dad and I will be kicking around Nagasaki. Another beautiful day in Japan. We're in Nagasaki. Dad, have a look at this thing. What the hell are we looking at here? Look at it. It has to be a Daihatsu, yeah?
It's Daihatsu's called Hard Cargo.
Who gives you a gutsy half-ton ute with two-wheel drive?
Or four-wheel drive.
Look at it. What an absolute beast. Hey?
Look at this little holder for his phone.
Who gives you Hi-Jet? The biggest little tipper in town.
It's like a Japanese Hilux. Look at it. He's got his... Look, being Japan, all the work boxes you probably got with the truck.
They're just didn't add this last section.
It is awesome.
Who gives you the power and the four-wheel drive to get you where the surf's at? Who?
That's who. That's who.
Look at it. What an absolute weapon.
Somewhere in there's an engine.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, plenty of room in there.
All right, let's head into let's head to Joyful for brekkie, eh?
Who? That's who. That's who.
Well, viewers, that's all we can fit into this episode of Blokes World. Make sure you watch next week as Dad and I continue our lap of KYUSHU. Plus, we got heaps more action from the Rocky Nats. Till then, do whatever you want.
That's who. That's who.
Ah, it's another beautiful day here in Japan. We're just about to leave Nagasaki. Look at that blue skies and check it out. There's frost on the roof. You ready to hit the road, Dad?
Yeah, we're all set, mate.
Dead set, viewers. It takes us about 20 minutes to leave every car park. Camera 83 is just loving the cars here in Japan.
Dad, have a look at this thing. What the hell are we looking at here? Look at it. It has to be a Daihatsu, yeah?
Daihatsu's called cargo.
Look at it. What an absolute beast. Hey?
Well, after frothing over a roller skate for about 15 minutes, we decided to hit the road and made our way to the city of Nagasaki. And Nagasaki is just such a beautiful looking town. And if you're wondering why I've come back here, it's because if you weren't aware from the last series, my dad is actually an Australian nuclear veteran. He worked with the atomic testing units in Woomera and in Maralinga. So going to somewhere like Nagasaki, and our next series we're going to go to Hiroshima, means so much to him. If you're not too sure about the history of Nagasaki and what happened here, I'll play you a quick clip from last series, and then we're going to head down to Peace Park, where my dad gets one of the greatest surprises, and this was such a great moment on our trip. But here's a quick history lesson.
On August 6, 1945, the world experienced its first use of nuclear weapons when the U.S. dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, Japan, during World War II. The explosion instantly killed over 140,000 people and devastated the city. This act, along with the bombing of Nagasaki 3 days later, led to Japan's surrender and the end of World War II.
Kind of a sad place. I plan on coming back here next year and bringing my dad, Camera 83. And if you're not aware, my dad worked on the ground crew in Maralinga and Woomera and is an Australian nuclear veteran. So places like Nagasaki and Hiroshima are places that he really wants to come to. If you want to know more about my dad's life, we've actually got his book on sale on our website at blokesworld.com. It's a story about how he was an orphan and was raised in the orphanages in WA in the 50s, joined the Air Force, got transferred to Maralinga, then Woomera, and then became a diplomat for the Australian government. Was posted everywhere from Chile to Russia. It's a great read. The brilliance. And it skipped a generation in my family, believe me. I'm the letdown. On my first visit to the Peace Park, I remember I was looking at all the statues and thinking, why isn't there one from Australia? And wouldn't you know it, I just missed it. And Camera 83, he saw it straight away. And I tell you what, this was such a great moment on our trip. It was so good that I basically didn't even put the camera on much because we just stood there for ages staring at it and having a long chat. And Dad, it hasn't been here long. It was unveiled in 2016, the Tree of Life donated by the people of Australia. And that up there is a PT dish, I think you say, call it, and it's an Indigenous food carrying tray. Well, I'm not lying, viewers. Of all the statues there, ours was the best. And a massive shout out to the people of Fremantle who sent this over. It is absolutely cracking. As well as that, it had a lot of help from the local communities, as well as that, people from South Australia, Maralinga, etc. Anyway, after taking in some of the fantastic sights of Peace Park, I decided to take Dad up to Mount Inasa, where you get to see a fantastic view of this great city of Nagasaki. And it is an amazing city. Good, you've got a commercial break?
You can go to a commercial break.
Righto, viewers, we've just rocked up to Nagasaki, and here's a restaurant that changed my life. Oh, I don't even know what it's called, but this is where all the staff from the from our hotel come. It's got the best ramen in all of Nagasaki, they reckon. And we're about to go in there. You excited?
I am. Yeah, I've heard so much about it, and the hotel says that all its staff eat here, so it must be good.
Awesome. Well, let's do it. Oh, Dad, was I lying, hey?
I can hardly move. I feel like the Buddha. No, it was absolutely the best ramen.
Yeah.
It really is. And I can understand now why the hotel recommended you to come and eat here.
100%.
Yeah.
And if you want to find something good to eat in any country, you ask the staff at the hotel, hey, where do you eat?
Yeah.
And this is where they all eat. And I tell you what, even those gyoza were the best gyoza we've ever had.
Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, I wasn't expecting anything from it.
And when I said, can we get a beer? And he said, what, little bottle? And I went, yep. And they brought out 2 long necks.
Long necks, yeah. No, easy go down, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's absolutely awesome. We're downtown. Oh, we're at Amora, which is just outside of Nagasaki. It's near the airport. I kind of like to stay here because it's a bit more quieter than the craziness. And today, it's an absolutely crap day. Tomorrow, the sun's coming out. So anyway, right now, let's head back to Rockhampton for more action from the Rocky Nats. Oh, and by the way, if you're wondering why I'm still wearing the same jacket for the last 7 days and why Camera 83 is wearing the same jumper, it's because Australian Winning Company of the Year, Jetstar, on day 7 now, and we still don't have our luggage. What a cracking company. Anyway, let's head to Rockhampton. Welcome back to BLOKESWORLD. If you just joined us, I'm in Japan and I've brought my old man with me, Camera 83, and we've come all this way to find out why Japanese people live longer than anyone else. And I want Camera 83 to live forever, so that's why we're cruising the streets of Japan, and we're in the town of Obama, where we're sitting on a volcano in hot springs. I don't know if you can see that, but every drain has just got steam pouring out of it. There's a big drain over there. Can you see that? That is just intense. You go to a drain in this country and it's just hot air coming out. But it's another cracking day here in Japan. Anyway, right now, let's head back to Rockhampton for the Rocky Nats. G'day viewers and welcome back to BLOKESWORLD. If you've just joined us, we're in Japan, checking out the fantastic island of Kyushu, and we're just leaving the Nagasaki prefecture and about to get on a ferry and make our way over to the awesome island of Amakusa. Oh, it's a special place. Anyway, make sure you watch next week because we jump on the ferry, we make our way over there, we check into a local brewery, Sonar Beer, have a couple of drops, as well as that, check out the history of the island, and then we make our way back to Kagoshima for one of the best bowls of ramen you can ever get at Tontoro. Anyway, till then, do whatever you want. See you next week for more BLOKESWORLD.
To Japan, my bag's still in Brisbane. Can't shoot my show, 'cause my gear's still at home. Called up, got no reply. You ruined my trip tonight. Jetstar let me down, left my gear on the ground.
G'day viewers and welcome back to the awesome episode of BLOKESWORLD. And in this series I find myself back in the fantastic country of Japan, and I brought Camera 83 with me because I want to find out why do Japanese blokes live longer than Aussie blokes. And I tell you what, We've been here for 8 days and he is getting younger by the day. He's having an absolute ball. We started off our journey in the town of Kagoshima, and then we headed to Kanoya, and then across to Mizuyaki, up to Hiji, across to Hamasaki, down to Nagasaki, and then last week's episode we left Nagasaki and we got on a ferry, and that's where we are this week. We're about to get off the ferry and we're on the island of Amakusa. What a cracking joint this place is. And by cracking, I mean literally 900 metres off the ferry is a craft brewery. So let's head there now. Oh, and I nearly forgot. We've got heaps more action from the Rocky Nats up in Rockhampton, Queensland. So sit back, crack one, enjoy the show. All right, Dad, we've just landed on Amakusa Island. First stop, a brewery. So now, Arthur, you work for Sonar Beer?
Yes, Amakusa Sonar Beer.
And it's a local beer here on the island?
Yes, in the Kumamoto Prefecture.
Fantastic. And what sort of beers? Are we talking lagers, pilsners?
We make everything, but our main specialties is smoothie sour.
Yeah, right.
Yes, we make a lot of, there's a lot of fruits in the Kumamoto Prefecture, and this Kyushu area is filled with fresh fruits.
Yeah.
So we use a lot of fruits and mix it with our sours to make it a little more like smoothie drinks.
Yeah,
type of
nice.
Beers. Yes.
Awesome. And you were saying before you would spend some time in California?
Yes, when I was a little, so before I came here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you miss it at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
We're doing a cleaning method today.
Yep.
Stainless tanks.
Good morning.
We're cleaning up our tanks right now.
Yep.
Today. We got about 6 1,000 liter tanks with one 500 liters.
Yeah, awesome. Wow, so this is where you do all your canning?
Yes. The American one we're filling.
And how many cans would you be making roughly a year, do you reckon?
Right here. Let me calculate. I'm sorry.
Or even a week?
Quick math. About 1,200 per style, and we make about 4 to 5 styles a month. So that's about 5,000 a month, right?
Yeah.
And times 12, 70,000.
7,000?
Yeah.
Awesome. And how many people work here at the brewery?
We got 4 regular employees, that you call it. I'm sorry, I don't know. And we got 4 more part-time workers.
Yeah, okay, cool.
With our head, with our boss.
Yep.
So we make beer with 9 people.
Nice.
Yes.
I tell you, the fact that you have to wear Crocs in the factory is excellent.
Oh, really? Are you guys making beer in Australia?
Oh, yeah. You make it in a bucket in the garage until it explodes.
All right. Okay. Is that like a home brewery?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, that is excellent. Oh, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, no problem.
Oh, that was
Thank you so much.
awesome.
All right.
We might have to get some gear off you. Hey, look, we got a present here for you.
Oh, what is that? Is that a kangaroo?
It's a kangaroo.
Kangaroo pin.
It's a kangaroo.
Oh,
pin.
nice, sick.
All right, we've made our way up to the top of the hill here on Amakusa Island. And this is the Christian Museum. As I mentioned before, this is where the Christians moved, Japanese that are converted. And they were basically hunted down back in the day. And so they all found refuge on this island. But what would I know? That's why we're at a museum. Let's go in.
Yep.
Righto, we've just left the museum. We weren't allowed to turn our cameras on. But I'll tell you what we just saw, because it was bloody interesting. 1565, the Portuguese came here and introduced Catholicism to the island, converted everyone. And the Japanese weren't having that. So they virtually sent 120,000 soldiers from Kyushu down here to crush them. And they surrounded the islands with boats. And then the Christian rebels stood up and got on boats and went and attacked all the castles. And they were led by a 16-year-old girl. And there she is there. She led all the troops into battle. Just an amazing story.
The rosaries.
Absolutely amazing. And they basically had Catholicism and Catholic churches here were banned for 251 years until the government said, righto, freedom of expression, you can do what you want. But there she is there. What an absolute champion. I can't believe we've never heard of her before. That is like the Japanese Joan of Arc, isn't it?
Oh yeah, but she led thousands
of people.
Yeah, rebels they call them.
And you can see here, she's also got her rosary beads here. Oh, that is just amazing that a 16-year-old girl led an entire revolution into war, and they got on boats and they went to attack the castles and took on the army and soldiers. Amazing, just amazing history. And look where we are.
It's a beautiful place, isn't it?
It's amazing, and this is so off the map. I found this 2 days before we left.
Right.
I had no idea that this even existed.
And it really is very large when you start panning around.
Right now, let's go to a commercial break. We'll see you back for more Blokes World after these messages. Well, after getting an education, it's time for us to find a hotel. And once again, boy, did we luck out. Our viewers have got such a good vibe off this town. We decided to stay here. We're still in Amakusa, and we've checked into Hotel Sun Road. And this is what $55 a night gets you, with free parking, Wi-Fi, and breakfast. This is my room. Check it out. Reppin'. In here, got the tortoise. In here, your bathroom. Camera 83 is next door having a Jetstar, so I'll let him do that. Teriyaki chicken with miso, hardcore coffee, and the world's loudest coffee machine. Hey?
It's a bit much, isn't it?
Awesome. Well, after our hearty breakfast, Camera 83 was outside trying to work out our hotel's sign. He didn't know what comfortable sheep was. He wasn't too sure what a bed dolphin clean was. Or sound sleep soap. Yeah, Japan. Anyway, we had to motor because we had to make our way down to the bottom part of the island so we could jump on a ferry and make our way down to Kagoshima. We're leaving the island of Amakusa and we're making our way back to the mainland of Kyushu, heading down to Kagoshima, where we will later be boarding a flight to the fantastic island of Okinawa. But Dad, how good is this fishing port, eh?
It is great. You can spend some time here.
Yeah. We just saw some guys dropping some live fish in the tank there for the restaurant. And check this out, we just went down the water, saw this boat pull up, and a guy jumped out in a wetsuit, and then we said g'day, and it was actually the guy's wife diving, and he took off in the boat. So you were just telling me, why do you reckon he's chucking his wife in there?
Because a woman has 13 layers of skin and a man has 11. So he said, okay, sweetheart, you've got a thicker skin than I do. Over you go, -4.
And here am I thinking,
he buggered off and he went to park his buddy boat around the corner.
He's gone to get a coffee and dropped his missus in the -5 degree water. And she is just raking up the sea urchins, eh? Anyway, we're about to get our car on this ferry, so see you soon. G'day viewers and welcome back to Blokes World. If you've just joined us, I'm in Japan and I brought Camera 83 with me and we're doing a lap of Kyushu and then we're going to Okinawa. But here's a great travel tip for you. You've seen it throughout this series how we love eating at the 7-Eleven. Another great place to eat are these chain restaurants called Joyful. You'll see them everywhere across Japan, and the great thing is that they're open 24 hours, most of them, or virtually 18 hours a day. And they are virtually like the Japanese version of Denny's, where you can go in and get breakfast, a Western style meal, as well as all your traditional Japanese teriyaki chicken, karachi chicken, etc. Do yourself a favour, if you're in Japan, Joyful. Anyway, right now, speaking of Joyful, let's head back to Rockhampton. G'day viewers and welcome back to Japan. If you just joined us, we're in Japan and we've been on the island of Amakusa, and now we've just got off the ferry and we're motoring our way back to my favourite city on Kyushu, Kagoshima. I tell you what, there's just something about this town that I absolutely love, and it might just be the food. as well as the people. So for our last meal in KYUSHU, I decided to take Dad to my favourite restaurant, Tontoro.
Have a go.
They're one of the best bowl of ramen you can ever have, ever.
It's good, eh?
Bye-bye. See you next week for more BLOKESWORLD. Got my closer. Well, Dad, was I a liar or not? Was that the best ramen you've had so far?
Best. Oh, you won't get much better than that.
This is the place that made me fall in love with food again. I absolutely love it. Tontoro. Just a little joint in an alleyway. But you know what's even weirder? When we were here the first day and we said we're going for ramen, and all the locals went, "You're going to Tontoro," so we're on to a local secret.
Okay.
Viewers, that's all we can fit into this episode. We've just made our way back to Kagoshima, and guess what? My suitcase. 9 days after landing in Japan, Jetstar gets me my suitcase. And guess what? My brand new suitcase? Oh, let's just knock a wheel off, eh?
I flew to Japan. My bag's still in Brisbane. Can't shoot my show, 'cause my gear's still at home. Called up, got no reply. You ruined my trip tonight. Jetstar let me down. Left my gear on the ground.
G'day viewers, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of BLOKESWORLD. And welcome to the last episode of our special series here, where I bring my dad over to Japan to find out why do Japanese blokes live longer than Australian blokes. And this is when we're going to get our answers. We've arrived on the island of Okinawa. Okinawa has over 400 people that are over the age of 100. It is known as the Blue Zone. And whether it be their diet, the way that they socialise even up to an elderly age, or the fact that they don't have to worry about a 15-year-old breaking into their house with a machete, we're here to find out why they live longer and how awesome is this island of Okinawa. But first up, I've got to be honest with you, when we first arrived and dealt with the traffic in the main city of Naha, we all kind of thought we were sold a lemon. Let's now cut to day one of our time in Okinawa.
Well, Dad, we've been in Okinawa now for about an hour. What are your thoughts? I'll let you go first.
When are we leaving?
We're leaving
No,
3 days.
It's just a lot bigger than we thought it was. We thought it'd be like an Hawaiian village type atmosphere, you know, Oahu, Hawaii.
Yep.
And nah, it's absolutely crazy.
It's like we've rocked up in Melbourne or Sydney on grand final day.
Yeah, where we went through earlier, it was like concrete jungle. You could look very South American, actually.
Speaking of Brazil, I decided to get Dad some Brazilian muesli. So we sat down and had a bit of a meal. But I should explain, viewers, we've been now overseas for 15 days. And today is the day that I realised that my phone has been hooked on Google Maps for avoid all toll roads and all highways. Hence why it was taking us over an hour and a half to do 40 kilometres. It was absolutely doing our heads in. And regarding the concrete, yes, Naha, the capital, is a concrete jungle. But this is for the 2 T's, typhoons and termites. Anyway, after a great Brazilian breakfast, it was a time we checked out the American village. Well, for the next half an hour, camera 83 and myself, we were just wandering around these shops. Couldn't believe that the Japanese just love buying things like MREs, old patches, second-hand boots, all army gear, virtually every baseball and NFL team you can think of. You'd swear that we weren't in Japan, but I guess this has a lot to do with the fact that Okinawa is still an active American base, with over 80,000 Americans living here with their families on bases. There is one passion that all Japanese share, and that is their love for baseball. And they don't come any bigger in Japan than Shohei Ohtani. This bloke is an absolute legend. He's now playing for the LA Dodgers, breaking all records, smashing balls out of the park.
In 135 years of Dodger baseball, Shohei Ohtani, his 49 home runs, matching Sean Green for the most in a single season.
Well, it was getting that time of the day, we're getting a bit peckish, and the only food options in the American village are American. So I decided to take Camera 83 over to Koksaiduri, which is the main street in Naha, the capital of Okinawa, which has got these large courtyards and so many different options for food. And today for lunch, I thought we'd have 3 things that you've got to try when you come to Okinawa. And number 1, we have Spam. That's right. The Okinawans have a love for Spam. You will see it on merchandise everywhere. This comes from World War II. At the end of World War II, there were basically no food left on the island, so the US troops basically fed the people of Okinawa and they fed them Spam. And let's not forget, they've got a population of 1.4 million people, and yet they have an annual intake of 7.4 million cans of Spam a year. Tell you what, I can't leave here without trying a Spam nori, so I've just ordered one. I got the one with the egg.
What, the white toast or seaweed?
The seaweed. Thank you. Lovely, thank you.
Okay. Now this is...
Oh, that's good.
Good. Spam and what?
Egg. Rice and seaweed.
That's a lot of egg, isn't it? Yeah.
And next up on the menu is Okinawans' take on Mexican food, which is massive here in the island. And when we were walking and we saw a sign saying, "Get drunk for $10 with tacos," who wouldn't stop in? All right, so we've had Spam, we've had Japanese tacos, and only there's one more thing. Okinawan donuts.
And we're having regional plain brown sugar.
Having a brown sugar and plain. Righto, so my food court walk, let's go through it. Spam nori, I give that a good solid 8 out of 10. Japanese tacos, 9 out of 10. The Okinawa donuts, I'm giving them about a 6 out of 10. What do you reckon, Dad?
Yeah, the second one, the first one I thought, but they are a bit moreish.
Yeah. All right, looks like we're getting more donuts. See you after this commercial break. G'day viewers and welcome back to BLOKESWORLD. If you've just joined us, we're in Japan, and this week we're in Okinawa, the most southern prefecture of Japan. And check it out on the map. We are closer to Taiwan than we are to Japan. We're in the middle of nowhere, and I tell you what, this place is fantastic. It's very famous for the fact that it is the world's biggest blue zone, which means there are more people that live over the age of 100 on this island than anywhere else in the world, all due to their diet and lifestyle. Okinawa is also famous for being the birthplace of karate and the home of Mr. Miyagi from The Karate Kid. Anyway, right now we're going to head into the underground naval base, which was where the headquarters were in World War II, and it's right in the middle of the city of Naha. It's also a great vantage point to get a great 360-degree view of this city of concrete of Naha. The tunnel complex was dug out in 1944 by the Japanese Naval Engineering Corps and was dug out by 3,000 men. The tunnels are located 74 metres above sea level in the main capital of Okinawa of Naha, and the tunnels themselves are 20 metres deep and 450 metres in length, and at its peak could house up to 4,000 soldiers in World War II. Oh look, Dad, they've got the Morse code thing. Is that like what you use?
Yeah, that's we trained at the School of Radio in Ballarat. There's a 12-month course in communications, and we would have singing classes, and we have about 20 guys, and we'd sit in a room calling out did-er, A, der, diddy, did, B, dirty, did, C, and dit, E, and so on, all the way through. You had to get it all right before you even started using the key. That was the next step.
That was pretty harrowing, isn't it, when you see what they had to go through like that?
God. Imagine staying down here for weeks, months at a time.
And we were just saying that we actually own a samurai sword that was surrendered by the Japanese to our granddad in Papua New Guinea.
Yes.
And we're just saying it's got the number of the person who owned that sword. So we're going to contact the Japanese Historical Society and donate the samurai sword to the people of Japan. Can you tell the viewers a bit about Pops?
Yeah. Well, he was the commander of communications at WEWAC, and he was one of those officers who took a sort of surrender from a captain. And yes, he just gave it to me one day. And I think you've got a good idea there. It'd be great to be able to give it back to the family.
100%. I mean, it's just sitting in our house in the corner.
Yeah. It'd mean a lot to them, I think.
100%.
And all we've got to do is just up on the wall with the photos of the surrender.
Yep.
In my study, so I'd rather see an empty spot and a family happy.
No, that's good food for the soul. We've just come out of the tunnels.
Anybody coming down to Naha, Okinawa, recommend you coming in and definitely see this place.
A real testament
it's very sad in a way.
A real testament to the Japanese people as well, because all the signs are saying war is an awful thing from both sides, American and Japanese. There's no hatred to one side, or you can imagine they've got every right to be angry.
It's maintain peace.
Maintain peace.
Yeah.
It's all it's about. Yeah. Same as in Nagasaki,
Yeah.
They have Peace Park.
That was again quite a very strange feeling walking through there. But it was great to see Australia had made also a commitment to that Peace Park, which was great. 2016, a bit late, but one of the new ones there, but made by the mayor and the people of Fremantle in Western Australia, which was quite, I'm rather proud of that.
Yeah, that's excellent. WA rules on so many levels. You're just dying to say something about the crayfish here being from WA, aren't you?
The crayfish, Bob, they're all, they're selling them in the markets here.
Yeah, Okinawa.
And these ones?
This one Japan. This one Australia.
Australia?
Different.
Oh, so they're Australian.
Yeah, Australia.
Yes. They're Japan.
Okinawa.
And the Okinawa, the striped
Okinawa.
We should mention that Dad's family and all my cousins and that all live in WA, and they're all crayfishermen. They'd love to see that their crays have ended up in the markets here. Anyway, we'll be back with more Blokes World after these messages.
Sounds good. We'll go and have a cup of coffee now, I think.
Yeah, 7-Eleven?
7-Eleven sounds great.
Awesome. G'day viewers and welcome back to Blokes World. If you've just joined us, we're in Okinawa in Japan, and today is day 14 of our time in Japan, and today's the day that I realised that I've had my Google Maps set to avoid all highways and toll roads, and now a 4-hour drive is taking us half an hour. And so now we're on our way up to the northern part of Okinawa to the Chirami Aquarium, the world's biggest fish tank apparently, where they've got whale sharks inside of a fish tank, hey?
This could be exciting, eh?
Hey, you just keep an eye on them stairs. Well, I got to tell you straight up, viewers, I'm not really big on doing the tourist traps when we go overseas, but I tell you what, this aquarium was absolutely amazing. The way that they actually keep it, and especially when you go to something like this in Japan, where everyone's so polite, there's no one pushing, and some of the tanks that we saw on entry were just amazing. Some of the most beautiful fish, and pulling some of the biggest crowds was the guy cleaning the tank, strangely enough. How amazing is this place, eh?
Yeah, it is true.
We're not even in the big room yet, the big fish tank, but oh man, it is awesome. Down here, I reckon. Viewers, this is really one of those moments where I really hope the camera does this justice, because when we walked into the main viewing area of this tank, it was nothing short of amazing. With a whale shark swimming amongst there, some of the biggest rays I've ever seen, tunas, GTs, everything all just mixing together with a whole viewing platform with a grandstand to check out. This aquarium's got over 710 species of fish and aquarium life at this aquarium. And I tell you right now, put this on your bucket list if you're coming to Okinawa, because it is a fantastic day out. Well, it was getting that time now. We were getting a bit peckish. Time for some lunch. It's treats from the 7-Eleven, and we've got a treat here. My sister's been hassling us to eat.
Here it is.
Ta-da! The strawberry sandwich.
Strawberry custard and whipped cream.
All right, crack it open.
You reckon?
Yep.
You want to have first bite?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
You like it?
Oh, it's really good.
All right. Not that I don't trust you. You shouldn't have.
It's not bad, eh? Might be even better if we hadn't had it sitting in the hot car all day. Right, our viewers, we're just driving along the coastline of Okinawa up the north, up near Cape Hedo. Hedo. And we've just seen this Airstream caravan for coffee, and it's awesome. The owner's unreal. We'll take you inside right now. This is why you come to Japan. You just drop off the side of the road and give your money to small businesses, and they just love to see you. I've just come back to the car to give him a couple of clip-on koalas. This is a fantastic coffee shop.
Yeah.
This is great. How good is this, huh?
Very unusual. Cafe de la Carte.
Oh, Steve McQueen.
Yeah.
Legend. Legend. Well, you were just chatting to the gentleman in there. He's on Netflix.
Yeah.
And we thought we were doing him a favour putting him on Australian television, and he's already on a massive streaming service. It's magic up here, isn't it?
Yeah, what is it called? Longevity Life or something like that.
Yeah, I'll pop it up on the screen.
But it probably refers to the age thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, it is a blue zone. There are more people over the age of 100 here than anywhere. And I've watched a lot of specials on it, you know. They don't have furniture in their houses. They're constantly moving and walking around, and there's a lot of movement.
Yeah.
They're not sitting on the lounge for 8 hours a day watching, you know, news and sport.
True.
And they're out working. Like everyone's, no matter how old you are, you have a job in the community.
Yeah. This is, you've got to get out and about. And the south of Japan, in KYUSHU particularly, and down to Kagoshima, right down south of the main, is absolutely beautiful. Diversity, beauty, and the people, you won't get nicer people. They're forever trying to help you.
Yep, true that. So anyway, do yourself a favour, come over to Japan, bring heaps of clip-on koalas and kangaroos. They only cost like $10 for 30 of them, and it means heaps when you drop them off here. Be a great ambassador for one of the greatest countries, Australia. We'll see you next week for more Blokes World. We'll still be here in Okinawa. Tell you what, we're here until they take our visas away. We'll see you next week.
No, sweetheart, I'm coming home.
No, he's coming.
See you.
I'm the divorce magnet. We'll see you next week.
All the best.